Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. $100 plus silver. Is this realistic? Make sure to like and subscribe if you are new. YouTube also has a new notification system, so click that bell and click all notifications if you want to stay tuned for all of my videos. I post every single day, so stay tuned for that. So support silver channels like this on the platform, spreading the message and the just the whole viewpoint behind the intrinsic value of silver and the potential it has to save yourself from financial freedom. So let's jump into this. $100 silver, is this realistic? And I got to ask you guys some questions. What's the time frame? What needs to happen? And could this actually happen? Is this realistic, or is this just a crazy fantasy? I definitely think that it is realistic. I was actually watching a video the other day from Truth Never Told, one of the biggest silver YouTube channels, and he was talking about $900 plus silver and and even beyond. So I just want to put my insight and my viewpoint on this, my perspective, because I think it's interesting. I think it definitely for beginners, they need to see a realistic viewpoint when they get into silver. If they see all these channels talking about this, they might have they might not really understand what goes on behind the scenes and what really needs to happen for that to happen. So I want to bring my perspective in. But anyways, for any investment, if you need to look at, or if you want to get a good measured viewpoint on the standards and the factors that need to apply to this, then you need to go back in history. And looking back at the historical charts, silver definitely could hit $100. Look back at September, or even not even September 11th, but 2011. So silver was $50. That was not very long ago. A lot of people don't even remember that silver was $50. They only remember it as being in the $20 range because it was $20 for so long. But silver was $50. So looking at that, what happened for silver to reach $50? Well, there was September 11th, there's Y2K. The economy was in an all-time high, being scared and panic and fearful. And when that happens, they always turn to precious metals. They don't trust the government. They don't trust fiat currency. They don't trust banks. They go to something that they can control and transfer their wealth into. Not saying that in the future, silver, that an event has to happen as tragic as September 11th, but I'm saying that things in the future could definitely determine and deter silver's price to fluctuate either higher or lower. And these are things that we don't know what we don't know what's going to happen. So there is an unknown factor or state that we have to also consider and apply when trying to measure a price of any type of investment, including silver and gold. So if you're looking back, you can see that, which if it was $50, back then look forwards. We have the 2020 presidential election coming up. There's a silver shortage right now. Miners are making less profits. That means there's less silver in circulation being dug up out the ground because miners don't have the same motivation. Technology is advancing, and we need more and more silver every single day for how beneficial it is for the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity. We need silver more and more and more. I made a video on the uses of silver the other day, and it's absolutely incredible how many things silver is needed for. And for as cheap as it is, as beneficial as it is, it's definitely going to still be, it's going to be needed more and more in our everyday society and everyday world, where especially the way we're advancing. Gold is also gaining momentum and hype. And silver is basically the little brother of gold, so silver can easily climb with it. We see gold at all-time highs for 2019 at around $1,370, and if gold breaks out of this $1,400 bubble that it's been stuck in for so long, who knows where that can go? Just like Bitcoin. We saw Bitcoin finally break past, $10,000, and when it did that, it shot up to $11,000 within a day. That's usually what happens with these investments and these assets, is once they break out of that bubble and they break past that stagnant point, and they break past that part of it, it usually takes off because then there's hype around it, the media is covering it, people have faith in it, and it rallies, especially with something like silver and gold, where people do want to buy it. They don't have the patience of of a metal taking so long or going so slow in such a bare, slow moving market. But once they see it gaining traction, you're going to see more people wanting to invest into it because it is a precious metal. The coins are beautiful. You can stack it, you hold it, you own it, and it has many uses and many benefits and much potential. But you know, if you are looking at silver stacking as a quick flip, get rich scheme, it's not for you. Just like when Bitcoin, back when I started investing in Bitcoin last 2 years ago, everyone was telling me that Bitcoin was a scam, that I was going to lose all my money. And then it shot up to $5,000. And I was telling everyone, yo, this is on to something. And everyone's like, no, it's too late to invest. It's too late to invest. And then it goes up to $6,000. Oh, I missed the boat. I missed the boat. I should have bought at 5,000. I'm telling you guys, it's going to keep going higher. Then it goes to 7,000. Oh, I missed the boat. Definitely now. Then it goes up to $20,000. Then people finally want to start getting on the bandwagon. And then they buy at 20,000, then end up selling at 5,000 when it goes back down. You need to look at the bigger picture and think ahead of the game when it comes to any type of asset. Don't wait until silver's at $50 to start buying it. Don't wait till gold's at $3,000 to start buying it. You want to buy it before it explodes. It's supposed to be buy low, sell high. Most people buy high and sell low. And if you can understand how the market works and understand how the metal is used in the industries and in the technological world, then you can see that silver is definitely undervalued and it definitely will appreciate in the next 10, 20 years. The time frame, I don't know. I don't know when silver is going to reach $100. Will it be within the next 30 years? I definitely think so. I don't know when. I don't know what's going to have to happen, but these are things that I could not confidently say, yes, in 5 years silver's going to reach $100 because that's not my place. I'm here to tell you facts about how beneficial silver is in the everyday world and how much potential it has. But for me to guarantee that it's going to reach $100 would be me lying to you. And this channel is not about lying. I'm trying to bring unbiased, realistic viewpoints for you to determine if you want to invest into something that has this potential or not. And if you don't want to, then go to stock markets or go to real estate or wherever. But we definitely have to think about the realistic aspects of it. I definitely think it could, but I don't know when. Now, if silver does reach $100, who's gonna buy it? Well, if it's still needed in the everyday world, the industries, these big companies, these places that make cars and cell phones and laptops and dental alloys and space equipment and colloidal silver, they all need silver. They're not, just because silver reaches $100 means they're going to switch to another metal. Silver is still by far the cheapest metal that performs at this rate in these gadgets and technologies than any other metal, so they're still going to have to buy it, even if it's at $100. So even if silver reaches $100, it's still going to be being bought. There's still going to be a market for it. Miners will still be getting paid for it more than ever. So even if silver reaches $100, people will still buy it. The companies still will. The corporations will. But will we? I don't know. I think that the people that understand silver for the asset it is will, but the people that have the weak hands that are more worried about making dollars off of it or profit off of it might have a hard time, might be selling most of it then instead of buying it. I don't know what would happen. It depends on many factors. Just like with any investment, I can't tell you what I would do in that situation until it comes, because there's many things that would influence my decision, whether it's what state is the economy in. Is this more of a panic scare? Is this a bubble type situation? Is it a someone trying to almost destroy the market by putting out fear and speculation and FUD into the system to shoot the price up or down to their favor and then flip it? Is it someone hoarding, selling millions of dollars in ounces of silver to shoot the price up or down to their favor? There's different things that definitely apply to every situation. That's something I also want you guys to understand as well. Like when JP Morgan last year said Bitcoin was a scam and shot the price down thousands of dollars and then bought up a whole bunch of Bitcoin in their own, in their own cryptocurrency accounts, and then the price went back up. That was something that they used to influence people's emotions and their emotional attachment and speculation to these markets to their advantage, and took advantage of that. And a lot of people lost a lot of money that way. So beware of that. Beware, understand, stay tuned what's happening in all aspects of the market. Just even though you don't like cryptocurrency, you should still be staying tuned into what's going on in that world, in that ecosystem, in that, because that still is going to affect the economy, which affects gold and silver prices, which affects, industries, which affects people, and everything. Everything is all intertwined. Everything is all, woven together, and they all come back together. So you need to understand that even if it's a different market, it still can influence and fluctuate prices in other areas. That's something that I don't think enough people understand as well. um look at when the stock markets are down, and when fiat currency is low. Look what happens to silver and gold. It usually rises. So even if it doesn't have an equal or correlating fluctuation in the same direction, it could have opposite correlation or direction, which could be beneficial to you. Maybe you could start determining when silver and gold is going to start rising by if the stock markets are low or high, or what fiat currency is doing when the purchasing power of the dollar is losing that pull. What does silver and gold do? There's ways to study the charts. Not saying you need to do that, but there definitely is some correlation behind it. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button if you did. This was Silver Slayer. Subscribe if you're new. Stay tuned in. I make daily videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Peace.